Hello ladies and welcome back to my channel. I'm David, you're David, we're all David, and welcome back to Dismantling Hate, the series where we look at some online hateful rhetoric. So today we are going to look at Justin Mark. Now we have looked at Justin Mark before on this channel where we looked at his seduction documentary. I think that was episode 24. So if you're interested in a more long form video of Justin Mark, definitely go back into that Dismantling Hate playlist. But today's going to be a shorter video because we're going to look at this 10-minute video called How to Make Any Woman Fall in Love with You. I'm really excited to make women fall in love with me. I mean, you should be too. This is going to be really exciting and educational, I'm sure.
But this isn't a scheme. It's a system.
So besties, before we get started, please do not go and contribute to the culture of hate by leaving hateful comments on this person's profile. You can be critical, you can be assertive, but please do not contribute to the culture of hate that we are working so hard to dismantle here, not only on this channel, but throughout our world.
Well, that's very nice of you to say, David.
If you like the sound of my voice, consider subscribing, like the video. If you like the video, let me know what you think in the comment section. And yeah, we're gonna get into how to make any woman fall in love with us. So get ready. This is your last moment of not having women love you. Soak it in. Let's do it.
What emotions do you feel when you see this video? What emotions do you feel when you see this video? What?
Good energy.
Good energy. What else?
Like people are having fun.
Well, but what do you feel when you see the video? When you watch the video?
Good. Warm.
I feel cheated on. What
But
do you feel like?
how do you feel when you see the video?
It just kills me. But how do you feel when you see the video? But how do you feel?
How do you feel when you see the video?
How do you feel?
How do you feel when you see the video?
Say it again.
Whoa. Right? What emotions do you feel?
Like this is the dude who was showing me a good time. Straight up.
Fear of missing out. Say it with me. Fear of missing out. The
Nobody said that. Nobody said
FOMO
that.
effect. The FOMO effect is super fucking important. It's super key. What you
The
want?
FOMO effect is really good if you're taking advantage of people's insecurities in order to monetize their engagement on social media or through your profile or through your courses on how to pick up chicks. Sorry, pull chicks, not pick up chicks. Got to use the right language here.
On your social media is you want to demonstrate such high value and such fun experience. It doesn't have to be nightlife, doesn't have to be parties, it could be anything, but you're a DJ, so you can do that. You know, Ev, what do you do for work again?
Manager, I'm not very.
Okay, but can you do fun things? Do you do fun things?
Yeah, I go.
So this is called attraction marketing, and again, it's taking advantage of people's insecurities and their sensitivities. Like FOMO is not a healthy thing to be targeting in your audience who you're seeking to make money from.
You do camping. You can do content camping. You can do content like afraid of an airplane. I don't know nothing about aviation. We go flying. I post that. People are like, holy fuck, want to come. It creates, because I posted a video like that recently. I posted a video of me flying around the city of Toronto, right? Hey guys, look at this video. It's Justin Mark on an airplane. Shows the city. Creates FOMO. A FOMO feedback loop. Say it. FOMO feedback loop.
FOMO feedback loop.
And what happens is then the girls want to come join you. And a lot of them will just fucking slide in your DMs. Does that make sense?
So the whole point of all of this, the whole point of creating FOMO is to have sex with these women. Essentially, that's the subtext here. He's not really saying it in this moment, but he said it in the seduction documentary. So if you're cringing in all the right way, if you're cringing here, and you're interested in hearing my commentary on this man throughout an hour in some long video, make sure to go and check out that other longer version there. But honestly, yeah. What if people don't, the point of order, what if people don't have money to be engaging in all of this like FOMO created content? Like there are so many people who can't afford to get themselves up in a plane or even live in a location where flying around that location would be impressive. It's like so many people don't have access to the things that you're saying you should be doing. So this doesn't really work for the majority of the population. And if people have access to planes, they're probably already taking videos of it and posting online if their motivation for doing these things is to pick up chicks like this man. But like, are we doing it to pick up chicks or are we, and just, this is I think using chicks is a red flag, but I'm saying it because this is what this man says here. So, and same with females. If anybody ever says female to refer to a woman, I think that's a red flag and that you need to go, oh my God, I just realized that I have so few buttons done up just like this man here. So I must have been influenced because I had a fear of missing out of people not seeing my chest hair. Anyway, Yeah, people don't have access to this, picking up chicks. Oh, is the point of this to pick up chicks, or is the point of this to have women fall in love with you? And it's definitely not the same thing, but I think these people think it's the same thing.
Last night, funny story, this girl came over. Remember I said demonstrate low value? Do you notice how sexy my Instagram is? It's sexy, right? High value.
Well, Drunk Justin too. I don't think that's that sexy. I mean, his Snapchat says sexy Justin, so that's sexy. Sexy, sexy, sexy.
Right? Does it come off relatable or not unrelatable? It's kind of almost unrelatable. So when I actually meet girls in person, you know what I have to do? I have to make myself seem relatable. They already know I'm a high value guy if they have my Instagram. If they've stalked me a little bit, you can kind of tell. You gotta almost like read the bottom to see like how well they see my shit, how much, and you can see by the time they met up, they kind of stalk me a little bit.
You can almost never tell if somebody's a high value individual or not. Not that I even ascribe myself to this idea that you can assign a label of a high value man to somebody, or a high value woman to somebody, or a high value non-binary person, because what you think is high value is so subjective, right? And to be able to glean whether somebody's a high value or a low value person just based off of what you see off of their social media, I think is really misinformed, and it's just not accurate. And it's not going to get you what you want. You might be able to pull chicks, but you're not going to get them to fall in love with you if that's what your goal is.
Girls won't just fucking show up to meet you. They will stalk the shit out of you. They'll Google you. They'll Google your name. They'll fucking ask their friends about you. They'll try to laugh.
Like, men don't do that? Men do that also. I don't understand the point of misogyny here. Like, this man, we know this though, that this man definitely views women as a resource, and he's not very respectful of femininity to begin with. So not that it's okay, but I understand where he's coming from with that. But like, men do that too. You're telling me he's never looked at a girl's Instagram and like scrolled around for like a boyfriend or something to like find out information on her? He's done that. I almost guarantee it.
Out about you before they meet up with you. Then when they meet up with you, they've already decided they like you, right? Or they want to meet up in the first place. Does it make sense? So these girls came over to the penthouse last night, but we just met them. Michael cold approached them. He brings them over. They see my house, they run around the house like, oh my God, it's so nice. Oh my God. What do you do for work? I'm like, take a guess. What do you think I do for work? And take a guess. I'm like, work at McDonald's. Like, you ever gone to McDonald's, go to the guy, go to the cashier, you order a Big Mac, and you see a guy in the screen of the kitchen, 1 Big Mac, and then you see a guy in the back, he's flipping a burger. That's me, I'm that guy. And then I'm like, but I worked really hard for many, many years to inherit my dad's trust fund. And the girl's like, oh, stop it, you're so silly, right?
His impression of femininity there was that was gross. Yikes.
Demonstrate low value. Yes, show on social media you're a high value guy.
Working at McDonald's is not low value. I don't understand. Like, a job is a job, and at least...
That's the part. Act elegant, act confident, act open, big body language, right?
Sorry.
But when the girl knows you're that guy, instead of being some cocky douchebag, you demonstrate low value to make yourself.
You're not that? You're not that? You are that. You're sitting there with your shirt. I mean, I love it too. I love it. I think it's campy, but I also think it's cocky as well. And I'm here doing that. Mine's on purpose. You can't even see as far down. Like, this man has anyway, whatever.
Relatable. Right? Jesus. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't.
And now she feels more comfortable with you. And then you can just sit down, have a heart-to-heart, have a
and have somebody film. Like, your QR code for Drunk Justin. Get out.
Authentic conversation. 1 a.m.
It is not authentic. I'm sorry, you're not having authentic conversation with these 2 women who are being filmed at 1 a.m. in your house with all of these like lights on, and you got one leg over this one and one leg over this one. Like, is the authenticity in the room with us right now? No, it's not.
Girl, I'm having a heart-to-heart with her last night.
You're not having a heart-to-heart with her. You're out of your loving mind. Look at that man spreading right there. I'm obsessed.
Social anxiety, all this shit. And like, when I say I have social anxiety, I'm not just making it up, guys. I have probably more anxiety than a lot of you guys. But I've just overcome it, and I know how to overcome it constantly. And I start telling her about the anxiety, and I sit down and have a heart to heart, and she sees me as like super cool dude, super high status.
So you're trauma dumping in order to emotionally manipulate her. Cool.
Right? And I'm just having the most genuine conversation with her. Before that, she shit tests me all stuff. And dude, we like had an emotional moment where like I could see she almost like wanted to break into tears with how emotional and vulnerable I was being. And
That's manipulation. And if you haven't watched the other video, you need to keep in mind with this as well. This man is in a relationship, and the other woman does not know that he's engaging in this. For whatever reason, she doesn't follow him on any or see any of this. But he said in the other video that he had a girlfriend coming over, and that was a bad thing because his other girlfriend was coming over and they didn't know about each other. Like, this man is manipulating women into having sex with him. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of what he's doing here.
same thing. We both kind of just paused, stopped talking for a sec. And dude, at that moment, I could tell this girl's fucking in love with me. Like, I just made a girl fall in love first night.
No. This man is such an idiot. Okay, first of all, that's not what love is. If anything, she would have been in limerence with you or lust with you, perhaps. But if somebody tells you an emotional story and you have an emotional connection with them, that's not what love is. And if you're somebody who's legitimately watching this video, I can't imagine that any red pill, like alt-right, QAnon, anti-vaxxer, nonsensical man, like cishet man is watching this right now. But if you are, hi. So glad that you're still here listening to me. But like, this is not what love is. And if this man legitimately thinks that's what love is, then that's some delusion there.
Using what I just talked about. Just being relatable, being authentic, being vulnerable.
He is none of those things. He's cherry picking his vulnerabilities in order to manipulate people into feeling like they connect with him.
Isn't that fucking crazy? And this is some of the deepest levels of seduction. But I'm not doing it just to seduce. I'm doing it because I'm being who I am. And this is what makes a guy super attractive. It's like being real and being vulnerable. And I'm able to do that on my social media in both ways. Because also someone's posting just dumb shit, very authentic shit. It's a lot though. It's all these principles, and when I'm doing content, I'm thinking, oh fuck.
It's the cutaways of him just like hugging these women. It doesn't make sense. All of his shirts just have really huge text on them with the labels of what they're made. Like,
Perfect. Boom. Bang. Boom. Got the shot. Even better when I hire videographers. Even better when I hire videographers with no game. You know, but like Matt's the best. He's the GOAT. I really can't have anyone else doing my work. Like Matt, like all my top videos like Matt did or like managed, you know. Like Matt did this casually in 10 seconds on his phone. They got 700,000 views. Isn't that like insane? What the fuck?
the views are not because of you. The views are because of the women that are in the video. How do we not see that?
It's not even fair. It's crazy how this shit works, man.
But to be honest, Justin, your Instagram makes you look like this unapproachable dude. Like when I first hopped on your Instagram, I was like, who is this dude who just spends money to get bitches? I was like,
Okay.
Yeah.
But do I spend money on bitches? Has anyone seen me spend money this week on any girls at all?
so,
I paid for a girl's Uber last night. $8. $8.
You might not be spending money to like actively get them, but you had to spend an incredible amount of money to get the Dior shirt, to get the Louis Vuitton thing, to like, I don't actually know if like the trust fund was a legitimate joke or if that was just like a throwaway joke, but if he legitimately inherited a trust fund, it is all his money that is able to get him all of these things. He is able to work through his social anxiety because he has all of these things. If he was these women would not be coming back to his house if it was like a basic apartment. Like some would, but he wouldn't have groups of people. He wouldn't be able to have the lifestyle of getting all of these women if he didn't have all of this money. So it is inherently all money. And the reason that he's not talking about this is because he wants to manipulate other men into taking his course and following in his footsteps. And the problem with this is that these men will come and join him in his life for a week of seduction intensive therapy. It's a whole friggin' mess. Really, go watch that other video. It's so interesting. But the problem is these men aren't going to see the same results when they go home. They're not going to see the same results because they are not within the same, because the variables of the situation are going to be changed. It's just not something that's repeatable without the big penthouse in the sky in Toronto. He is spending money to get these women, and the fact that he's referring to women as bitches as well proves that he's not looking to fall in love with them. I don't know if is it possible to fall in love with somebody if you're referring to them as bitches? I mean, I guess I'm sure it's possible. I just don't logically see that being the reality.
Pizza
Yeah.
on Friday night.
yeah.
And then they were
He's all about pizza. That's how he gets women to come home with him is pizza. That looks like a normal building. That looks like a normal room. Huh.
for Uber home. They're like hinting, oh, we want to go home. Oh my God, Uber's so expensive. And I literally just looked at them and I turned around and walked away. Because I'm thinking, these girls suck my dick? I didn't invite these bitches out. Someone else did. I don't fucking, what the fuck? Who even invited these girls? The fuck, like, the girls just showed up to my house. When I say,
God, he is so disgusting.
up to my house, I think Michael invited them. Or, did you invite them? Well, I didn't invite them. They're asking me to Uber them home. I just bought them pizza. And I bought them pizza because there are people in my house and they're hungry. So I'll do what a man's got to do, right? But I'm not rude.
Look at that toxic misogyny. Oh, that's an oxymoron. Not an oxymoron. That's a little bit redundant. Toxic masculinity.
Fuck that. I don't fucking know you. The fuck? If I invite her out, she's my Tinder date, or like one of my girls, or my girlfriend, no problem. I have a private driver for my girlfriend. Some random fucking hoe. I'm not fucking paying for your fucking Uber home.
Jesus, his language is so... I think he swears so much because he doesn't have a great vocabulary. That's usually the case. When people swear a lot, it's because they either don't have like overall confidence in their ability with language and that their vocabulary isn't very big. And yeah, like if you don't have anything else to say, you're just like using fuck as a modifier, you know? Like that's what he's doing here.
Jesus Christ, get a job. You know what I mean? Dude, the other day we're at
you get a job. Like, what's your job? It's not working at McDonald's.
What the fuck were they with? A Cabana? Oh, is it you? Oh, yeah. What the fuck was that? What did I say to those girls?
She's like, hey, can you guys buy me food? And she's like, on 4.
So this girl's like, so we approached this girl, and first of all, these girls are ugly as fuck. Remember like the whole giving out gold? Imagine walking the street, handing out bars of gold. Handing bars of gold. Handing out bars of gold. Some girl's like, I don't want your gold. Well, it's like, all right, fuck it. I'll keep the gold. More gold for me.
Oh, he's now comparing. There's so much here. So he's comparing himself to a bar of gold, which I think is, well, I mean, I think any life is more important than any inanimate object. So like the life of a spider would even be more valuable than a bar of gold, in my opinion. So I'm not saying that he's not, like his human life is definitely more valuable than a bar of gold for sure, but his attitude is worth zero. In fact, I think his attitude is worth less. I would rather, I don't know what I'm trying to say. He's just a really shitty person, and like talking about women in this way and like only being interested in talking to people because he finds them sexually attractive is gross. Like it doesn't, no.
This girl was like, I approached this girl. I'm just like, hey, I got me on Instagram, promote on you out, whatever. She's like, are you gonna buy your food? And I'm like, why the fuck would I buy you food? That's a weird thing to say to someone you just met. And she's like, well, I'm hungry. And I'm like, well, I'm broke, right? And then, obviously I'm not broke, right? And then she's like, but you buy me food or I don't want to talk to you. I'm like, well, no, I was like, what are you, homeless?
Oh, that's a weird joke to make. But yeah, if somebody's like, I'm only going to talk to you if you buy me food, then whatever. It's stupid. Bye. Like, that's kind of the end there, right? But yeah, anyway.
Like the homeless person asking me to buy you food? No, I'm not going to buy you food. I'm like, look.
Oh, just another person being a butt of the joke, and this time it's somebody without a fixed address. Like, okay, can you make any actual jokes, or are you just going to punch down against people who are disenfranchised?
Parties, and like before I get her Instagram, she just left. Her friend put her away. I'm like, look, these girls are ugly as fuck, first of all. I just felt like I was trying to do it for momentum. But it's like...
there it is right there. He's the kind of guy that's like, hey, baby, do you want to like get my Instagram? And she's like, no, thanks, I have a boyfriend. And then he responds with, good, you are ugly anyway. And like, that's insecurity, that's low self-esteem, that's toxic masculinity. If anybody does that to you out in the wild, it's a good thing that you probably turn them down. Get away from them. That's gross.
They're so dumb. It's like she had access to the top. But she's too social aware to recognize that, right?
Or... it's just so opposite of reality. Like, you are not the top. You are so the bottom. The fact that you're getting women to spend time with you and getting these men to spend time with you is because they are so socially unaware. You are getting these socially awkward men who deal with anxiety and low self-esteem and low confidence in the same way that you did, and you're manipulating them, and you're manipulating these women into spending time with you. Or the opposite, they're using this man for his nice penthouse and because he buys them pizza. And it's like in the beginning, right? How he was talking about creating FOMO for people and like doing this attraction marketing. Like we see this in pyramid schemes all the time. He's putting out this lifestyle, so people are going to be attracted to his lifestyle. They're not going to be attracted to him as a person. Like, sure, like he can be a good looking person, but because we know his personality, he's not an attractive person. But if he was a good person, he would be an attractive person, in my personal opinion. And of course, that's all subjective anyway. But if he's not putting out who he is as a person, then what are people going to be attracted to? They're going to be attracted to the man who's flying, looking at the CN Tower in Toronto. They're going to be attracted to the man that has the penthouse. They're going to be attracted to the man that has all of these things other than a respect for women. And sometimes people can compartmentalize it. And I've done things like this too, of like, I'm interested in this person. I know they're shitty, but I'm interested and we'll just see where this goes because it's exciting. And he would be an exciting person to spend time around to a point. to a point. And I think ultimately this man is going to end up old and alone. Oh, that's so rude, but it's true. Like, how is he going to have a lasting relationship viewing other human beings this way? Or either that, or he's going to have somebody manipulated for such an amount of time that they're going to stay with him. And that's so sad. Somebody check in on his girlfriend. Hopefully she doesn't have her head in the oven. Have I said that already? I must have said that in a different video. I've been filming a lot today.
Just understand, a lot of games also just getting women out of their own way. And again, a huge way you do this is through social media, having a strong call to action. So the whole point is, yes, this makes you unapproachable. However, for the women who are social aware, social intelligent, even women who are kind of dumb too, who can recognize value, or that specific type of value I'm able to...
You can't determine value solely off of your social media presence. It's just not the case.
I'm dumb. I know to document that and put it on social media and have insane social leverage, because I can do one cold approach at a time. I can do one dating approach at a time. I can talk to one girl at a time. But on Instagram, I can talk to fucking a million girls at a time.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. My name is Justin Mark, international dating coach, relationship expert, and VIP lifestyle development.
What is going on with this mush mouth here? I'm obsessed.
Teaching dating, soul skills, and day game for 10 years in 50 plus countries, 6 continents, and thousands
How has he been doing this for 10 years? He looks 13 in this video.
Person just like you. And I love teaching
Not just like me. You don't know who you're talking to, bestie.
this stuff. So if you like this video, please make sure to do me a favor and leave a
I
thumbs
don't like it. That was gross. And yet another impossible watch here on Dismantling Hate. So honestly, if you are a cishet man who is looking to make better and deeper connections with women, I can't imagine that you would be here watching this video. But if you are, I'm really glad. And for what it's worth, I think you are worth putting yourself out there in an authentic way. You do not need to create FOMO amongst people that you are interested in order to manipulate them into being in a relationship with you, whether that is a platonic or romantic or sexual relationship at all. Don't manipulate people. Don't manipulate men. Don't manipulate women. Do not use attraction marketing unless you want to have shallow fake relationships with people. Don't emotionally manipulate people by use of trauma dumping. Yeah, don't treat women as a resource. Don't be misogynistic. Yeah, lots of lessons learned here today. So besties, before you head out, consider subscribing to the channel. If you love the sound of my voice, you can listen to D-Talk, my podcast, on YouTube where you can watch it in person, or on Spotify where you can listen to it. See my playlist of other Dismantling Hate videos here on my YouTube channel. Let me know in the comment section what you think. And hey, if you're an incel man who's here to leave a hate comment, make sure it's funnier than it is mean so I can put it in my reading hateful comments video that will be coming to my channel soon. So thank you so much for watching, and until the next one, goodbye.